Hey, how's it going today, guys? This is Mr. Whitemare coming back at you with another cool Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today we are going to be going over my top 10 favorite dragons in Yu-Gi-Oh. So, as you can see, we have a Luster Dragon. You might be wondering, is this my favorite dragon? And the answer is, while he is very cool, no, he's not my favorite. He's actually for the giveaway today. So if you guys want this card, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and then comment down below on what your favorite dragon is in this video or what your favorite dragon is in general. All you gotta do. This guy is in phenomenal condition from Legacy of Darkness. Pretty dang minty. Back is also quite nice. So he'd make a great addition to someone who loves dragons, like me. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the video. So we'll start at number 10, work our way down. So really quick, with this video, we're gonna do a little something a little different. We're gonna go over multiple different rarities of my top favorite dragons. So upon doing this, I realized some of these dragons are quite expensive. So buckle up, it'll be an interesting ride. But coming in at number 10, we have Ancient Fairy Dragon from Ancient Prophecy. This is the ultra rare copy. This one is worth about $20, which is not bad considering it's a first edition Ancient Prophecy. So we have him. We have the Ancient Fairy Dragon Ultimate Rare first edition from Ancient Prophecy. This one is about $150, which is, you know, getting up there in price, but also not terrible considering Ancient Prophecy first edition. If you know, you know. And then we have the Ghost Rare Ancient Fairy Dragon. And that thing is freaking beautiful, you guys. One of my favorite Ghost Rares. So this guy comes in at about $300, lightly played near mint, according to TCG Player. So what I love about Ancient Fairy Dragon is that I played the crap out of this in my old decks. I played a lot of zombies back in the day. This guy was great for special summoning guys out of your hand. And with this effect, you can even pop a opposing field spell, or I think even your own. You gain 1,000 life points, and you can add your own field spell from your deck to your hand. So if you want to run Zombie World, Vampire Kingdom, stuff like that, which I did, these were fantastic. So Ancient Fairy Dragon at number 10, cannot go wrong. So coming in at number 9, this might seem a little criminal for how low he is on the list, but it was really hard to piece this one together, you guys. I have a lot of favorite dragons. I love dragons. So anyhow, we have Dark Arm Dragon. This is Dark Arm Dragon from Phantom Darkness. One of the best sets in Yu-Gi-Oh! For people that love the dark and creepy like myself. One I will never open, probably, because it's so expensive. But this guy's a first edition copy, and he comes in at about $225, but on TCG Player there's not many listings right now. But absolutely phenomenal, and he's actually a bit of a faded copy too, which I like. So there's him right there as a secret rare copy. Then we also have the Ghost Rare copy from Ghost from the Past 2. Also phenomenal in Ghost. The Ghost actually is not worth too much, surprisingly. It's worth $50. So not a bad collector piece. If you are trying to collect on somewhat of a budget. So what I like about these two is that, again, in old decks, they were phenomenal. And I'm sure anyone that played in like the 2011, 2015 range, they played a lot of Dark Arm Dragon, especially, I mean, obviously with dark decks, because that's where he works best in. So you can, let's see, you can have, if you have 3 dark monsters in your graveyard, you can banish 1 dark monster and then target 1 card in the field and destroy it. So, but by having the 3 dark monsters in your graveyard, you can just bring them out. So pretty sweet. So Dark Armed, the art is incredible, but the effect is even better for dark decks. Nowadays, he's not really used as much, but maybe he'll make a comeback one day. So coming in at number 9, we have Dark Armed. All right, and at number 8, after going from the nice expensive ones, we have a bit of a lesser expensive one, but one that I love is Draco Necro Nethersoul Dragon. So he should technically be a zombie, but he is a dragon, so therefore I counted him on this list. So with this guy, he was also in my deck back in the day. He's awesome. just have to use 2 zombie type monsters to fuse him. 3000 attack, great effect. You can summon out zombie tokens. Freaking incredible. And the art, again, if you love zombies, you gotta love this guy. He's so cool. So this guy doesn't really have any great printings. I think this card's worth like $3 at best. Then there's a ultra rare copy from Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge. And yeah, I kind of like the gold one more, to be honest. Has a little bit more of a pop to it. But for like a kind of basic ultra rare, not too bad. So yeah, for a zombie fan, he's got to be on my list. I mean, I had him in so many decks. He's incredible. Definitely a big boss monster for zombies, especially back in the day. Even nowadays, if zombies become relevant, he might actually have a place. You know, a good super polymerization target, something like that. You never know. So number 8, Drago Necro Nether Soul Dragon. So next up, this is a big one. This is a real big one, you guys. We have Judgment Dragon from Light of Destruction. So yeah, this is a first edition copy. Kind of hard to come by nowadays. It's about $150 for a secret rare, but this is another one that doesn't have a lot of copies on TCG Player. This guy is in phenomenal condition. I broke him out of a PSA 9 case a good while ago. So this guy I never really played myself, but I remember I had a friend that played a lot of Lightsworn back in the day, and this was a staple in Lightsworn, and he definitely kicked my butt with it. So I think the artwork is just incredible. He's so majestic, and with the nostalgia, the artwork, all that stuff, you can't go wrong with Judgment Dragon. And then I also have this ultimate rare copy from Turbo Pack 1. So this one is pretty pricey, about $450. Broke this out of a PSA 8 slab not too long ago, and I have a crazy story behind this one. Check out the video where I talk about this, because I did get scammed trying to come across one of these guys to begin with, and then luckily came into this guy later. But Judgment Dragon, number 7, yeah, love that card so much. And then here's back to another bit of a cheapie, but one that I enjoy a lot. You have number 24, Dragulus, the Vampiric Dragon. So this guy, for me, I think he actually probably has maybe the best artwork of any dragon on here. And again, I'm a little biased because zombies. And I wish they would have made him like Dragulus the Vampire Dragon, or, you know, something to do with vampires to where you could actually make him searchable with vampire decks. Because he even has the big red moon in the background that vampires tend to have. And yeah, man, just such a cool kind of gothic, creepy artwork. I love kind of like the skull armor, skull face, bit of like a flame coming out of his head or something. But yeah, one of my favorites. I think this guy is super underrated. This card's worth like $2, you guys. So maybe one day he will be relevant, but probably not. But for me, pretty much on the artwork alone, and then just like kind of the tie to the vampires and stuff like that, this guy would make it as my number 6 on the list. Here's a couple of other copies of him too. So these are from the Dragons of Legend Complete series. So this one has a purple name on top. A little harder to see, but I think the purple does him well. And then we have the green name, which I think stands out a bit more, but doesn't quite fit the art so much. But again, these are like 50 cents, something like that. But for me, and for what I look for in my dragons, I think that these guys belonged on the list for sure. So, coming in at number 5, we have Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This guy came out in Clash of Rebellions. Secret rare copy is worth about $10, which is insane. That's so cheap for this guy. Again, if I were a collector or someone that liked Red Eyes in general, I would go pick this guy up for $10 because the artwork is so good. This was probably about the time I stopped playing, so for me at this point the effects don't really matter as much, but like just based on like pure artwork, nostalgia from pulling this card myself, I think he's got to be on the list. So very cool. This is a secret rare copy, like I said, and then we have 2 more copies. We also have the ultimate rare copy from Clash of Rebellions. Also very nice. This one comes in at about $18, which is just gross. He should be worth way more than that because it's a Red Eyes card. But anyone that enjoys Red Eyes, I think, should just always appreciate any kind of Red Eyes variant like this. But an ulti that's now like 10 years or more old for $18, that's pretty crazy. Like I said, it's kind of gross. Should be worth more than that. And then the last piece that we have is the Ghost Rare version, and that thing pops so nice. So this card is in almost flawless condition. Never pulled this card myself. Tried and failed miserably, but eventually did come across a nice minty copy. So very happy to have this guy in my collection. This Ghost Rare goes for about $70, which isn't too bad. But on TCG Player, again, limited copies. So I don't know what the deal is right now, but a lot of these guys are going. So Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon at number 5. So then, coming in at number 4, this one might be a little odd to some people. This is kind of like a duo here. They're different cards, but they kind of a similar deal. So we have Harpy's Pet Dragon. This is a prismatic secret rare from the Forbidden Memories game. And this card is also worth a little bit of money, about $100, so not too bad. But one that's kind of hard to come by in good condition. But Harpy's Pet Dragon just has like a nostalgic place in my heart because I was a big fan of the original anime. You can probably tell by my list here, there's not a lot of new dragons. These are all kind of like old school / like, I don't know, 2010 to 2015 dragons. But I love old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And so in the anime, Mai Valentine used him. And yeah, I was a big fan of Mai. And obviously she's pretty and everything like that, but I don't know why, but her voice just really struck me. And so it's kind of funny because if you've ever watched the old show, her voice changes drastically. And she was originally voiced by a woman named Megan Hollingshead. And I watched a thing on YouTube with her recently, and she can still do the voice perfectly after all this time. So she did like 45 episodes, and then she got replaced by Erica Schroeder. And while Erica Schroeder, I think, holds a place in people's hearts nowadays, man, she just did not do Mai justice. As soon as that voice changed, it just ruined the character for me. But a little bit of an interesting side note, but Harpy's Pet Dragon reminds me of Mai, and just definitely one of like the, very nice, pretty girls with a nice voice in the early Yu-Gi-Oh days. So Harpy's Pet Dragon is very cool. And so the other variant I have with this one, not in the show, or maybe it was in the show, I don't remember, but we have Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon. This is an ultimate rare from Enemy of Justice. I pulled this card myself from a random loose pack that I bought online years ago. Bought one pack for $10 and pulled this card, and I was very happy. But just kind of another variant. It's a baby version, it's kind of like a OG chibi kind of thing. But I've always thought this card's artwork is phenomenal. I love the colors. It's just so cool. Such a throwback now, being, gosh, almost 20 years old or something like that from Enemy of Justice. So I had to include this one in just as a little bit of a laugh, just to kind of see the adult form and then the baby form. So it'd be kind of funny if they had like a grown Harpy with him in the picture, just like they have like the Harpy girl in the Pet Baby Dragon picture. But anyhow, that is number 4, you guys. So top 3, the next card we have Black Rose Dragon. So this is an ultimate rare copy from Crossroads of Chaos, and these go for about $215 unlimited. A first edition copy, you can't touch one. I think they're probably like, I don't know, at least 500, maybe more. But this guy I actually got out of a thing of bulk that I bought from Goodwill online, and this was like maybe 6-7 years ago. And so the condition isn't as good as I would like, unfortunately, but it's still not bad. Probably like moderately played, lightly played. You can see a bit of the damage on top, but the picture itself is flawless. So it's a very nice rarity. A little bit of damage on the bottom, on the back, bit of an ulti stamp. You can just kind of tell It's just been kind of bent up, probably played with a lot, as it should be for its time. But even then, I'm still happy to have it. Still worth some good money despite the condition. So yeah, so there's the Ultimate Rare copy from Crossroads of Chaos, and then we also have the Starlight Rare copy from Lightning Overdrive. And I think this is a fantastic rarity. If I had the Ghost, you best believe that I would have that on this video, but that Ghost Rare is about $1,500, so you won't catch me getting that anytime soon, so if ever. Which sucks, because if I could have any card in the game, if I could choose one, it'd be between a first edition Blue Eyes from the original set and a Ghost Rare Black Rose. It's between the two. You can't go wrong with either one. But the Starlight, still worth $400, fantastic card, does the artwork justice, I love it. This card was used in every deck when I first started to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, back in like 2015. Great board wipe card, absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, I never really saw the entire anime, but I know that Akiza uses Black Rose. And so I happened to watch some Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds recently. I saw an episode with Akiza, and her voice kind of bugged me, I'm not going to lie. And then I found out later, and I should have known this, but Erica Schroeder, who later on did Mai's voice in the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, does Akiza's voice, so that probably makes sense as to why I'm not a big fan. But I like the idea of Akiza. I like Black Rose a lot. Very cool. I need to watch the anime more. I'm sure I'll get a better appreciation of it. But coming in at number 3, Black Rose. The artwork is just unbeatable. I love the roses. Just so freaking cool. Hey guys, Mr. Whitemare here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Also, I'm trying to start a new series where we share our most nostalgic trading card stories, whether it be childhood stories, scam stories, or our luckiest pulls of all time. If you have a story to share, email me at mrwhitmare@gmail.com and I'll read your story on the channel and give you a shout out. Let's build a fun and exciting place to share our best and worst moments together. Now, let's get back to the video. So, at number 2 on the list, you guys, we have the man himself, Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End. This is first edition from Invasion of Chaos from way back in the day. This card's worth about $200, which is not too, I mean, it's pricey, don't get me wrong, but considering it's very old, that's not too bad. This card is in flawless condition. I pulled this card from a pack myself a long time ago. Fantastic condition. I have another one that was in my deck, and that one is beat to crap. So, yeah, I did have one as a kid, and I did abuse it as a little kid should. For the unlimited copy, you don't abuse a first edition copy, so thank God that I didn't. But this guy is just so nostalgic. The artwork, I think, is unbeatable too. I mean, it's just so centered on him. It just brings such focus to the detail, and you gotta love the scales and kind of that, like, that turquoise color to his scales. Just absolutely incredible. And then the effect for its time, him and Chaos Sorcerer, you know, removing 1 light, 1 dark from your graveyard, pay 1,000 life points, send all cards that both players control, hand to the field to the graveyard. Oh man, just absolutely devastating. When I was a little kid, I happened to be the lucky one of me and my friends to be the first one to get this card, and yeah, I caused a lot of trouble with him. So he will always be very nostalgic for me. One of the he's actually kind of like the OG Black Rose, very similar effects actually, just different time periods. So we have the secret rare version here, but then we also have the Duelist Pack Kaiba Ultimate Rare, and I think the Ultimate Rare just really does this card justice. I have to always go with the OG Secret because it's just, you can't pass it up. But this Ultimate Rare, man, it makes it hard. It makes it hard to it's just a great runner-up, I guess. I don't know. It really pushes the other one for first place for me. This one is not a first edition from Duelist Pack Kaiba. So this one's sitting at $37. And I got this out of a pack from a Walmart cube many years ago. And so I'm very happy with this one, even if it's unlimited. A first edition copy, I think, goes for about 130, 140, so not terrible. So maybe one day I'll come across one of those for, you know, maybe a little lesser price. But for now, I think this ulti that I pulled myself, it'll do just fine. But that purple in the background. Like, I think that's like a moon or the sun, like an eclipse or something. I'm not too sure, but man, it really makes that purple pop. So you can't go wrong. So Chaos Emperor Dragon number 2. So finally, at number 1. So this guy is my all-time. He's my favorite dragon, but he's actually also my all-time favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. So in the future, if I do a top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you guys can expect this guy to be at the top, because this guy is just the best. So Beast Skull Dragon from Metal Raiders, first edition. This guy goes for about $800. He's very hard to come by nowadays. I'm guessing I'm not the only one that sees this guy in a special light, because there's just no quantities of him out there. I got this particular copy, I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago, for a pretty decent price. I think it was about $200 at the time. So I got very lucky. It appreciated nicely. This was probably one of the first cards. If you've heard me talk in my previous videos, I really love the red and black tones of cards, and I think this guy may have been the OG or the reason why that is so aesthetically pleasing to me. But I love Black Rose Dragon. It's just such a cool card. So this is the first edition Ultra, and I also have a couple more copies of it just because he is very special. We have the tin copy from way back in the day. I think this came in the Joey tin, and I think the secret rare is also stunning. This secret rare version is worth about $75, so not too bad. This is a very clean copy. Got this off of a collection that I bought years ago from a guy on Craigslist, actually, and couldn't be more happy to have him. Also from that same collection on Craigslist, I got another very rare variant of Black Skull. This is a Tournament Pack 3 copy, and this one goes for about $240. And I don't know, the super rare actually also looks very clean. It pops nicely for a super. Usually, I mean, who would really choose a super over a ultra or secret or higher normally? I wouldn't, but man, this one really does it justice. Look at that, it's phenomenal. So yeah, the Tournament Pack 3 version is very nice, but most importantly of all, the reason why this card is my favorite is of this copy right here. So for anyone that saw my like second or third YouTube video ever, which seems like it's been forever ago, I talked about this card a little bit, but this is a very beat to hell copy of this card. And what you might notice is that these little dots look like teeth marks, and that's because they are teeth marks. Back when I was a little kid, I was dueling with a friend in my mom's basement, and I had gotten a new dog not too long prior, and so she was absolutely maniacal, and she would just rampage around, and she would thieve things from people. Usually it was shoes and things like that, but she found it funny to come downstairs, and in the middle of a duel, she swiped this card off of the table and ran away with it. And I was devastated, and I was so pissed. So I chased her down, and I gave her a piece of my mind. I got the card back, and this is what it looked like. So this is the very same copy, obviously, that I had at like 10 years old. And so, funny enough, despite how mad I was at the time, I'm not mad anymore. And this card is actually probably my most special card after all this time, because of that memory, because of that dog and what she meant to me. So this card is probably my favorite of all time. Like, if I got a Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo, it would probably be Beast Skull Dragon for that reason. This card's phenomenal. And in the anime, my two favorite episodes were always the Bones fight, the zombie fight with Joey at Duelist Kingdom, and then also the Paradox Brothers battle, the double duel with the brothers and Yugi and Joey. And then Yugi had used polymerization to fuse to fuse Yugi's Summon Skull and Red Eye's Black Dragon, and it created Beast Skull Dragon, and it helped them win the duel because of that insane attack power. I mean, this thing can beat a Blue Eyes. So very nostalgic for me on so many levels, but Beast Skull Dragon, by far the best dragon in my book. Can't go wrong. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. Yeah, let me know in the comments below, do you like my ranking of these? Do you also like any of these cards? Would you reorder these? Would you put none of these on your list? Would you put all of them on your list? I would love to know. Honestly, it took me like a couple weeks to compile this because there are so many good dragons in Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, I almost made a top 12 because there was 2 that barely I edged out, but I got it down to 10 as I should. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget, we have the Luster Dragon giveaway. So all you gotta do, like, subscribe, comment about dragons and dragon stuff. So anyhow, guys, hope you liked it. See you next time. Peace.